If I had to describe Antarctica in one word, it would be elemental. The elements are there full time, the wind, the cold, the astonishing sky at night, the Southern Ocean, all of those things.
If I had to describe Antarctica in one or two words, it'd be the future. I see things happening on the Antarctic that I think should spill across to the rest of the world. I see collaborative nations working together to achieve common aims, and I really would like to see that spread across the rest of the world.
If I had to describe Antarctica in one or two words, it's near impossible. I just can't do it. I have to sit down and have long conversations about all my experiences and what Antarctica means to me. It's just a great, great place.
If I had to describe Antarctica in one word, that word's got to be awesome. Antarctica is spectacularly beautiful. It's a great place to be, and I never cease to be amazed about what's going on down there.
If I had to describe Macquarie Island in one word, I would say it's unique. There's nowhere else like it on Earth. It's been formed by two plates colliding under the ocean, which has pushed it up above the ocean surface. It's absolutely amazing.
My name's Alan Cooney. I'll be the station leader at Casey for 2013. I'm a Queenslander. Home for me is Toowoomba, but I have spent the last 8 years in the Northern Territory. I was a professional farmer until I was 40. The last 10 years I've been a senior manager, CEO, executive director. Applied for the position for the Antarctic division because of a friend of mine who did a tour here as a doctor. He inspired me with an interest to go to Antarctica. There's the usual projects. There's a very busy aviation program running. There's the usual operational things about maintaining and refreshing the facilities at the station. There's about 17 science projects running, from things like atmospheric research to investigation of the moss communities, things like remediation of our human footprint in Antarctica. So there's a whole suite of things. I expect it'll be interesting and challenging and all of those things as well, but what a unique experience, like one of the rare places in the world that's untouched really by human hands.
My name's Bill De Bruin. I'm going to be the Davis Station Leader for this year, and I range from Melbourne, Victoria. My background, I'm a policeman by trade, so over 40 years experience now. Skills not unlike that required for a station leader. I've been down before. I did 14 months in 2009, again as a station leader at Davis, so it'd be like going home. This year Davis has got a huge program. There's a lot of science, deep field science, where we're establishing equipment to monitor climate change. We've got marine science happening, so we'll have the boats out in between the icebergs. Got a lot of on-station stuff, marine science. We'll be looking at penguins and petrels and albatrosses. It's a huge scientific program in a very short period. What attracts me to the Antarctic? Predominantly it's the people, and secondly it's the science, and third it's the environment. Although I could rejuggle those three quite easily, but the three of them make a mixture that sort of gets into your system.
I'm Jason Aarons and I'm going to Davis Station for the winter. Recently relocated from northeast Victoria to Tasmania, where in Victoria I'd spent most of my time in the building and construction industry. Having spent 2007 at Davis as the Deputy Station Leader and the Building Services Supervisor, I got to see exactly how things operate and thought that this was a great opportunity for me. As I'm only in Davis for the winter, our science programs are limited to sea ice measurements and some penguin and seal counts, which are carried out every year. This winter is a long winter with the shortened summer season, so we're going to be remote and isolated for around 10 months. So that in itself will be a challenge for everyone on station. The environment in Antarctica and the lifestyle, the people are absolutely fantastic. They're a great diverse group of people, and there's quite a few challenges while we're down in Antarctica. The remoteness, the weather, the environment and all those things that go with it, and yeah, I just find it rewarding and enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Graham Cook, commonly known as Cookie. I'm off to Mawson as the station leader this year. It'll be my second trip to Mawson, which I'm really excited about. My background is mostly in management, retail, wholesale. Most exciting part of my background is 10 years working in Eastern Arnhem Land and the Kimberley, in remote Aboriginal communities, managing retail stores. Mawson's just an awesome place to be. It's got some incredible mountains. We have a population of about 10,000 emperor penguins that come in during the winter and breed, and then hundreds of thousands of Adelie penguins not too far from the station as well. So it's a fascinating place. And we've got penguin biologists heading to Mawson, working on an island. They're doing research on Adelie penguins. Sea ice monitoring, which measures sea ice over the winter. We've got quite a few remote sensors at Mawson. Some stuff that will measure movements of the Earth anywhere in the world. I've been 4 times to Antarctica before. I've had a winter at Mawson, 2 at Davis and 1 at Casey. So this will be my 5th trip. Every year's different group of people, but every year's fascinating.
My name's Mark Gasson. I'm originally from London in the UK, and now I live in Sydney. I'm going to Macquarie Island this season. My background is quite diverse. I used to be a philosophy lecturer in the UK. Then I became a blacksmith. I've also worked for the Royal National Lifeboat Institution for 10 years as a rescue boat skipper and then rescue boat captain for New South Wales Marine Rescue. I'm now the CEO of the Blue Rock Foundation, a charity that provides assistance for disadvantaged young people. And we've got a number of interesting projects taking place over the next year, the biggest of which is the continuation of the MyPet project, the Macquarie Island Pest Eradication Project, which is basically removal of vertebrate pests that were introduced in the late 19th century by sealers. The removal of the rabbits has meant that the vegetation is growing back at an increased rate, and so there'll be scientists looking at how that's impacting on the environment. There will be scientists gathering ecotoxicological data, as well as some research scientists looking at albatross and petrel. Macquarie Island's absolutely beautiful. It's an outcrop of rock in the middle of the Southern Ocean. It's very, very green, covered in an incredible array of wildlife and birds. Seals, penguins, petrels, albatrosses. It's absolutely stunning.